we continue our knowledge sharing mission through a series of interviews with executive leaders from all over the world. And we are thrilled to have Yuri with us today.
Hi, my name is Yuri Kruman. I'm the CEO of HR Talent and Systems Consulting, an award-winning HR and PR consultancy based in New York and Israel. And we work primarily with high-growth tech startups and other companies in order to build their strategic HR function from scratch, as well as to help them with employer branding, talent acquisition, and business development, because ultimately all of this is tied in one piece.
Could you describe your role as a CEO in one word and why?
Everything. I'm a one-man shop and I do everything from A to Z.
What are the current challenges CEOs in general facing right now? And can you identify a solution to it?
And I would say that the biggest challenge, it's not unique to our time, but it's that much worse now, is talent. Everything around talent. First is acquisition, making sure that the talent really understands the business. And third, making sure the talent stays and develops and really helps the business grow. So that's the challenge that I keep seeing over and over and over. Again, it's not anything new. It's just that during COVID and a very imbalanced market, very much toward talent's favor, this has become a massive problem for almost all businesses. The solution is essentially you have to help people to feel safe and comfortable and to help them understand how this current opportunity with your company in a particular department and role helps them to go further in their trajectory in their career and also in their personal life. I no longer make distinction between the personal and the professional. And fortunately and unfortunately, for multiple reasons, there's no Chinese wall, so to speak. It's very much you're both everywhere, like it or not. So let's drop the premise that somehow you're one person at work and another at home.
How can you see your role evolving in the next 2 to 3 years?
Again, my worldview regarding talent and talent development may be, I would say, on the progressive side, small p, in the sense that that's what I've done my entire career, wherever I've been. So my job as an executive, regardless of whether I'm working for myself or for somebody else as a consultant, full-time, doesn't matter. It's really to find ways to help people figure themselves out, help them understand where they're going, and then optimize their current situation, meaning their current role, the industry they're in, and the conditions under which they work, so that, again, incentives are aligned, people really understand why am I here, what is this for, and also whatever I can contribute. And again, having the benefit of 5 other careers and being an immigrant twice and a lot of other things that I've seen in life really helped me to relate to just about anybody from any background in any industry, in any role. I've probably been in that industry, probably worked in that role, worked with someone in that industry or role, and it really helps me to formulate in my head how can I tangibly help somebody. And that's not always by here's a tool, here's a strategy, here's a new job. Sometimes it's just, hey, tell me what's going on. So that's what I would say is the core of being an executive these days. You have to be a little bit of that crying shoulder. You have to be a little bit of that dentist and pull teeth sometimes. Sometimes you have to be a plumber and connect pipes, right? Just make sure that you connect people, connect ideas, industries, etc. So that's more of a strategic piece. And finally, you just have to be the advocate in chief for everybody who works with you, for you, alongside you. And you have to be a coach and you have to be a motivator. That's a much bigger emphasis on what leadership is these days. No, you can't just do rah, rah, rah. You can't just say, hey, good boy, good girl. Those days are gone. Nobody cares. People see through that nonsense. So in addition, yes, you have to run a business. Yes, you have to have product market fit. Yes, you need to do marketing and biz dev and all that stuff. But the chief piece is whoever you're working with, you have to make sure that they understand why, how does this benefit them? Then you can think about how this benefits you and your company.
What career advice would you like to share with CEOs?
Professionally, I think things are always in flux. So the number one thing, and again, this is something that most people don't really understand. They don't internalize it until it really hits them in the face, which is sad. Yeah. Reinvention is the number one skill of our time. This is not my quote. This is not my idea, but it's something that I've lived long before I heard this quote or saw anybody run with it. So reinvention is absolutely the number one most important skill for any career, for any human in general, because we live in a time of massive change, massive uncertainty. And the truth is, if you don't know who you are or where you're going, at least to some degree, you're at a massive disadvantage.
Right. I think that brings us to a close. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I look forward to the next catch-up.
Thank you very much.